you don't feel comfortable this way, then inshallah we can have a private session. I am happy either way, no problem for me, because our goal is not to win an argument. Our goal is to help someone to understand the truth. Having said that, Johnny, I just want to say one thing. I know obviously this is just your ID's profile is saying Johnny. Definitely your name is some else, but I don't want to ask your name. So, my dear brother, please understand this point. Isa alayhi salam has passed away. Johnny, and please be with me in these 2 minutes, okay? Isa alayhi salam has passed away, and now there are two possibilities. There's one possibility accepted by Javed Ghamidi or Sir Syed Ahmad. What was that? Isa alayhi salam has passed away, end of story. Because if he passed away and the dead person cannot come back, finished. Forget about the hadith. That is one which is taken by in current time, in modern times. If you want to give, as you know already, if in the modern times the name is Javed Ghamidi Sahib, they have this position that there is no coming of Isa ibn Maryam, and he just explains away all of those ahadiths, because ahadiths are not a source of Islamic beliefs in Ghamidi understanding, which is a separate topic. I don't want to go on that one. Alhamdulillah, we have studied him. So, but what I'm saying is, Johnny, so that is one possibility. Isa alayhi salam passed away, end of story. The second possibility is, which Ahmadiyya have presented, that because Isa alayhi salam has passed away, but still we have to accept the ahadith of second coming of Isa ibn Maryam. So now it will be somebody else from this ummah. Am I correct, Johnny?
जी.
Okay, now, my dear brother, look at this one. Some, because according to Ahmadiyya, because Isa alayhi salam has passed away, now somebody else has to come from this ummah. Now it means that this possibility, this vacancy is open for the whole ummah, correct?
जी.
The question is, why it is Mirza Ghulam Qadiani? Am I right?
लेकिन आई एम सेइंग व्हाई नॉट?
No, no. If I, for example, if somebody is making a claim, it's not that why not. The claim is that what evidence the person is presenting that why he is, correct?
जी.
Okay. Now, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani gave two primary evidence. Please be with me, Brother Johnny. He gave two evidences. One evidence he gave, he said that, look, Messiah has to come in the 14th century. He said this coming of Messiah in the 14th century is mentioned in authentic ahadith, number one. And he said that all of the righteous people, all of them, they agree that this Messiah has to come in the 14th century. And he said that because other than me, nobody else is claiming to be a Messiah and Mahdi in the 14th century, so I am the one. That is just one evidence, as you know very well, he gave that
जी.
Messiah has to come in the 14th century. Am I right?
जी.
Now, Johnny Bhai, please go and do your research. La ilaha illallahu Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is not a single hadith. He said Sahih ahadith. He said there are multiple authentic prophetic narrations. There is not a single hadith in which it is mentioned that Messiah will come in the 14th century. Now, before moving forward, I just want to back up this point, because I just don't, because we on this stream, inshallah, we just don't say things. We prove them with evidence. Just give me 30 seconds. It's coming there. So let me share on the screen so you can know. And obviously, you already acknowledge that, but I still want to make sure that we give the evidence. So everyone, look at this one. So ये आजिज एन वक्त ये आजिज एन वक्त पर मामूर हुआ, इससे पहले सदहा औलिया ने अपने इल्हाम से गवाही दी थी कि 14वीं सदी का मुजद्दिद मसीह मऊद होगा, और अहादीस सहिया नबविया पुकार पुकार के कहती हैं कि 13वीं सदी के बाद ज़हूर मसीह है. He said that the righteous people have testified that Messiah will be the reviver, the mujaddid of the 14th century. And then he said that authentic ahadith, which means there are multiple, he said authentic ahadith are, are telling us that Messiah has to come after 13th century. And then in the next one, I just want to show you the exact 14th century as well. This one. अहादीस सहिया में आया है कि वो मसीह मऊद सदी के सर पर आएगा और 14वीं सदी का मुजद्दिद होगा. It says that ahadith, authentic ahadith have mentioned that the Messiah will come at the beginning of the century and he will be the reviver of the 14th century. And likewise, he said that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ने खुद महदी एक महदी के ज़हूर का ज़माना वो करार दिया जिसमें हम हैं और 14वीं सदी का इसको मुजद्दिद करार दिया. He said the Prophet himself has appointed or has mentioned that Messiah will be the reviver or the mujaddid of 14th century in no hadith. Likewise, as you can take screenshots, all of these are the screenshot. And look at this one. It says ilawa nusus se sariha Quran Sharif or ahadith ke. It says that other than Quranic clear verses and authentic ahadith, तमाम अकाबिर अहले कुशूफ का इस बात पे इत्तफाक है कि 14वीं सदी वो आखिरी जमाना है जिसमें मसीह मौद जाहिर होगा. In this quote, he claimed three things. He said it is in the Quran, number one. Number two, he said it is in ahadith. And number three, he said all the righteous people, they agree that Messiah will come in the 14th century. All of that is a lie. So Johnny bhai, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but that's the reality. This I am just giving you the analysis of one of his argument, because the question is, if Isa alayhi salam has passed away and now somebody has to be Isa from this ummah, from this nation, then the vacancy is open for the whole ummah. So when we asked Mirza Ghulam Qadiani Sahib that why it is you, then he gave us the evidence. And this is one of the major evidence he gave. He said, oh, because Messiah has to come in the 14th century. And in order to back up his claim, he said it is in the Quran, in ahadith, and it is agreed upon in all the righteous people. All of these three things are blatant lie. Now, having said that, yes, we can find few people who mentioned their own estimation. Listen very carefully. We can find some people, but he's saying that all the righteous people whom Allah conveyed to, whom Allah converse with, they all agreed it will be 14th century. Not at all. It is same thing, Johnny Bhai, as for example, right now, as we all know, I don't want to mention any names. I don't want to promote somebody's ideologies. They are people, they are scholars, they are considered as quote unquote scholars, and they are claiming that Mahdi is going to appear very soon. Right now, in this century, they are making this claim that Mahdi will appear very soon. So do they have any evidence? No. That's their own personal estimation. Nobody has to accept that. But Mirza Ghulam Qadiani was claiming many different things. Look at this one. अहले सुन्नत में मुत्तफक्कुन अलैहि अमर है कि आखिरी मुजद्दिद इस उम्मत का मसीह मऊद है जो आखिरी जमाना में जाहिर होगा. He said that it is agreed upon in ahlu sunnati wal jama. And what is it? That the promised Messiah will come in the end time. And in the previous quote, he already specified that what he meant by end time. He meant by end time 14th century. So my dear brother Johnny, this is the first evidence or the major evidence Mirza Ghulam Qadiani Sahib gave for his position of being a Messiah, that Messiah has to come in the 14th century. And he said, I have the proof from Quran, from the Sunnah, from the righteous people, from the Ahlul Sunnah's agreement. All of that was unfortunately a blatant lie. There is no Quranic ayah. There is not a single authentic hadith. there is no consensus of the righteous people, and there is no consensus of our Sunnati wal Jama. It was all lying. So, long story, I think you were dropped. So, long story short, Johnny Bhai, last point. Long story short, if it is established, if it is established that Isa alayhi salam has passed away, it has not proven that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is truthful in his claim. Why? Because then it is possibility open for the whole ummah. Then we are going to look at the proofs and evidence he was presenting for his claim, and this is one of the evidence which has no